Action. All right. Welcome everyone. This is episode 3.
What's the show called again?
Of the Dookie Show.
You don't even know the name of your show?
No, I just don't know to like
He doesn't know
name
the
it
name
out.
of any artist or the show.
Giving me shit already. It's December 16th. And we got people walking in the room, so just don't mind that. Maybe we should lock that door. Maybe.
Sure. Andy, you want to lock that door for us?
Smells like ham. Honey baked ham.
Even better.
Can we?
Nothing better than
Anyway.
Can we?
Go ahead, Andy. We can cut all of this out.
Can we start how we did last week and talk about what we're drinking?
Oh, sure.
I would like to have a different drink.
Can I actually explain what you guys are drinking since I picked it up?
Mm-hmm.
Since I know. Okay. Tellus over here is drinking a Cabernet Sauvignon Blanc. A Cabernet 337, I believe. And Dane over here is drinking a Merlot. 130. I forget. It's some bougie shit.
151.
You guys
rum.
both owe me money, by the way.
I paid you. That is a lie. Check it.
And I am drinking my classic Tito's and water because I hate myself.
We have an alcoholic in the room.
That's right. I actually hate sugar. That's why.
Is Tito and
Keto? You're on the keto diet, aren't you?
No, I'm not.
He's on the Tito diet.
The Tito diet. That's right.
He for sure ain't hitting the gym.
Did I? Oh, it's Merlot 181, by the way.
Anyway.
I asked you guys to invite me.
To the gym? Oh, yeah.
Wait, actually, can we pass some of that wine over my way?
Guys, we have to, introduce our guest. So, I mean,
Wow.
Dane, you're going to end up making one of the interviewees walk off one day. It's going to be, famous just for that reason.
What would I say? And who would walk off? What demographic of person?
You probably just say something sexually inappropriate, making someone extremely uncomfortable, and they just be like, I'm gone. At least in Jill's case.
Unless they've met me 3 times. They say I make really good third impressions, and people start to understand.
That's actually very true.
I would agree. Took me a while to get acclimated.
You got to listen to every third
So my
sentence he
girlfriend
says.
All right, tell us. Why don't you start us off? Introduce our guest here.
All right, so today we have us a very talented artist from Grand Rapids. She is actually still within school right now, but she's still working on her side projects. She's still doing her thing, looking fresh to death. She's an artist. She's like a model. I don't even know if I can cover all the job descriptions that she has, so I'm just kind of let her go into that. This is Jillian Becker.
Wow. Thanks for having
Welcome.
me, guys. First podcast. I'm a little nervous. But, yeah,
It's
modeling.
literally called the Dookie Show. You don't have to.
The Dookie. You
It's
know how it
Dookie.
is.
Yeah, it's a fun word. I
It
feel
is a
like
fun
we should have
word.
had just the. Where's the soundboard?
We can add those in later. Whenever you want.
All right, perfect. She needs it. She's obviously the
I
highest.
need an applause.
Like a huge crowd from a distance.
Standing
applause.
ovation.
Yeah.
I've been talking about getting a little MIDI keyboard next to me so I can do little sound effects.
Do you want me to work on getting a group of sounds together?
That would be
Okay.
that'd be sick.
All
dude.
right, I will.
I feel like you should wear one of those harmonica necklaces too,
Like a Bob Dylan.
yeah.
That'd be so annoying.
I'd be like, welcome to the podcast.
Say Dookie Show in that voice.
Welcome to the Dookie Show.
That's good.
And
I like
there's
that.
the intro.
Yeah.
All right,
from now on.
we're gonna cut that and put it at the beginning of every.
100%. Making history right now. But Jill, so can you kind of just give people a quick introduction, better than I did?
Yeah.
To who you
yours
are?
is pretty good. I am a Kendall student here in Grand Rapids studying photography, minoring in art history. I do model here and there, and I paint on the side. Self-taught painter, and then server by night.
What's a soft top painter?
Self-taught.
Oh, self-taught.
Yes.
I'm not gonna lie, I heard self-taught too.
Soft
I
top.
study paintings, but I don't study how to learn how to paint.
What?
Yeah.
Like history or like?
Yeah, art history. Mostly paintings is art history, but so I'm a visual learner, so I just look at what they're doing and I thought, hey, I could do that. So I did that. And that's what I do now.
What's like your favorite painting that you've painted?
Put that bitch to your face.
I'm watching.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. I get attached to my paintings to the point where I don't really want to sell them, but like I need money. So we have a few paintings in our apartment that are mine right now that I'm not really ready to part with. One's an abstract painting of where Lake Michigan and Lake Huron meet on Mackinac Island. It's a really cool, super dark blues juxtaposed to like crystal light blues that look like Caribbean water. So I have that hanging up, but I don't know. I'm a big critic on myself, so I do not have a favorite. I stare at them for too long to the point where I don't like them anymore.
But you don't want to sell them.
But it was some of them. There's only like 2.
You sold at least, I know 2 people that you've sold paintings to at least.
Yeah. I had one friend last winter commission me for a Christmas present for his girlfriend, and it was a diptych or a triptych actually. So 3 paintings. Shut up. It was 3 paintings.
That's art if I've seen it.
And he just gave me full reign. Like they tell me their color scheme and they're like, have at it. And I'm like, heck yeah. So I just do what I want. But then she liked it so much that she asked for another painting that was even bigger to go above her bed. And she sent me a photo of her like in the woods somewhere, and she was like, I want it like plant-based, but obviously I'm more abstract than realism, so I did some greenie. It was huge. I don't remember
how long
big
did that
it is.
take you to finish?
Probably like a month, but right now I feel really bad. I'm working on, this is the first painting that I've done that's actually more like, it's Impressionism, but realism kind of, more like actual shapes and you can recognize what it is. It's a painting of our garden box at my parents' house, and it's supposed to be my mom's birthday present in July, but I'm still working on it, so it's a Christmas present now.
Well, hopefully your mom doesn't listen to this.
She knows. She doesn't know what it, she doesn't know what it's of, but now she does. Oops.
As if your mom's gonna watch our podcast.
I told my parents about it, and they were like, where's
So
the
proud.
link? How can we listen? We'll figure it out.
Well,
Nice.
we at the moment, Shit Show Studios is having a file storage issue.
Yeah.
All of our laptops are like full. So it's just taking us a long time to, especially these like hour-long videos, like put everything together. But we got it going on now. I think we've got it figured out for the most part.
That meme or that picture you posted today on the Shit Show
The
Instagram.
Always Sunny?
Yeah, Always Sunny. That was so funny.
What did it say? I want to look at it.
It was a Charlie quote.
Yeah, it's like, well, I'm a huge Always Sunny fan, and I know like almost every quote. So yeah, this is when they're trying to write a movie, and I said, Shit Show Studios. It's more like a series of ideas in no particular order, you know?
That's exactly what we're doing right now.
Yeah, we actually just bring guests on to have them to have us ramble about how great we are.
That's exactly what the last 2 were.
We're like, man, when is this Gus gonna stop talking so we can talk about our own thing?
No,
Why do you even need guests then?
Because, like, I mean,
Good question.
You got to seem a little legit.
we got to make it seem like we're like having a different theme every time.
I just don't know that many people. You know, we're gonna run out of people.
True. Gotta get the podcast to spread. So, Jill, post this to your Instagram, your Facebook as soon as this is over.
Are we promoting
She really
this
doesn't
heavy?
need to say anything. Her pants socks combination is going to do just enough for us.
Yeah.
You
I think
like
we can handle
that?
the conversation from here.
Thanks.
Should we pack up?
And over.
That's it.
Okay.
Wow, guys. So Jill, how long have you been like actually doing art? Like, did you kind of go into college not knowing that you were going to be an artist, or was it premeditated?
It was pretty premeditated. I remember I found out in 3rd grade that I could draw by looking at a Tinkerbell poster in my room, and I was like, yeah, it's just some lines.
That was like a moment.
Yeah.
You realized you could draw.
I was like, I think I want to draw this. And I did. And I was like, oh shit, that's like good for like how old I am. I showed everybody. I brought it to my tennis practice and I was like, look what I made. But now I hate drawing. I hate it. So I switched to photography because my mind just works better that way.
Why do you hate drawing?
I'm not good at it, and it is definitely one of those things where, well, if you did it every day, you would be good at it, but I kind of gave up on it.
What about it, like, are you not good at?
I don't think I have the patience for it, really.
Yeah.
Like, I can look at a photo and draw it pretty well, but I feel like that's cheating, so I'm not good at, like, looking at something in front of me and drawing it.
Like an object?
Yeah, like... I don't know.
How would you differentiate like drawing from painting then? Because to me they seem kind of similar.
They are similar, but my thing is a lot of people when they paint, they'll like sketch it out first and they have a map basically and they have a drawing and then they'll paint over the drawing, but I'm completely abstract. So mine is like chaos. It's focusing on color and shapes and how do they mix together, and when it turns out like it's really nothing, like I just paint when I feel like it or when I have something come to me, but they don't necessarily represent anything. Like if someone looked at it, they'd be like, well, that's just a bunch of blobs of color.
Well, that's just art though, isn't it?
Oh yeah, no, don't get me wrong, like art is that, painting is that, and I think some people don't appreciate it because they're like, well, I don't get it. Like I can't like it and I can't talk about it because I don't get it. But for me, like abstract painting, it doesn't have to mean anything. Like mine is more, does it give you a feeling? Is it provoking an emotion? And sometimes a title or an artist statement will give away the meaning if you care to read it. But I heard someone explain it once that I thought was really good. You don't lay awake after listening to jazz and think, well, what did that mean? It needs lyrics. Otherwise,
Right.
I don't like
That's a good
it.
point.
It doesn't need lyrics. It doesn't need a meaning for you to like it. You either visually are attracted to it or you're not.
Sometimes I'm listening to jazz and I don't even know like what emotions it's evoking me, but I'm just like,
Yeah.
I just love it. Like
This
I don't
is
know.
good. Yeah.
Is that the kind of jazz you listen to,
Yeah,
Dan?
dude, that's
Nice.
the good shit.
What's the radio station around here?
It'd be 88.5 probably.
Nice.
That's a plug.
Yeah.
Sponsorships.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, like, especially when talking about like I don't get it, or like, I mean, I think an extremely famous art piece is I think it's Duchamp's Fountain.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And it's like, well, yeah,
Well, that was like a slap in the face,
Exactly.
too, where it's like anything can be art.
exactly.
Yeah.
So, I don't know.
And I like that stuff. I like Donald Judd, too, where he just made like sculptures and they're blocks and they're squares. And people are like, well, what is it? It's exactly what it is.
Right.
It's a blue painted square. What more do you want?
Whereas you're talking about the quality of having like it be meaningless and having it create emotions, whereas his technique was having it all be about meaning without any sort of really aesthetic at all.
Yeah. Yeah, I think a big inspiration too for me is Mark Rothko. So huge paintings, huge. And he did a lot of color blocking and color theory, and they're like engulfing paintings, ginormous. And when you're in front of them, you get emotional. Like that's just awe. You're in absolute awe of them. So that's kind of what my work is. Like it can be anything you want it to be. Maybe I had a specific meaning, but it's okay if you don't get that or you don't see that. As long as it moves you in some way, then I did my job.
Did you already ask her what her favorite painters were?
No, we didn't. She kind of brought that up herself. She is such a natural at this. Oh my gosh.
Wow, thanks. Yeah, Mark Rothko's a big one. Joan Mitchell's good. I like abstract expressionism. I like the classical, Monet, not to be confused with Monet. Both good though. But
Hey, money.
yeah.
So, I mean, I don't know anything about any of these people. Are they all
That's
still
okay.
alive?
No.
So these are all.
I mean, that might be on my part. Like, I should educate myself more on painters today, abstract painters. Heather Day is really good. She was actually at the UICA and had an exhibition there, but she's out of California, and she usually works with watercolor, but it's like blotches of color on giant canvases. And I don't know, that's just the aesthetic that I like. Although I do appreciate people that are crazy realistic, because it's like I could never do that because I'm not good at drawing.
I feel like it's like because the I guess barrier to entry for abstract art is so low. It's kind of like or would you say it's not hard to keep track of like all the artists that come out? Like
Yeah, there's not. I mean, as of today, I feel like a lot of people are picking up on the fact that abstract art's pretty easy. I think people think it's easy to make. It's aesthetically pleasing. So if you have a decent design-based mind, anyone can make it. Just like anyone and everybody is a photographer now because of Instagram.
right.
So I guess
And
it's
the iPhone.
hard to find people that are successful in it, but I mean, they're out there.
Right. Well, I mean, I was just asking that from Connor's question because he was like, because I feel like it's kind of easier to keep track of like famous artists back then.
Oh yeah, I've had that problem too, where I was asked in critique, like I study photography, and I listed people that inspire me, and my professor was like, "So do you have anyone alive that you're like looking at?" And I was like, "Ooh,
Couldn't tell you, Coach.
So you
good
do,
question."
You do photos and painting.
Yes,
So Georgia O'Keeffe,
good.
how do
Yeah,
you feel about her?
I like her. I mean, that's not really my style, but being like a feminist and stuff.
Jill's like, I don't necessarily just like to draw vaginas and things
yeah.
that look like vaginas.
But I think they're cool, you know. That's an art that has meaning to it, and there's like a story behind it. And
I was trying to think of her name. I had to look it up on my phone. I was like, who-
that's what you were doing.
Girl, lady who takes photos that look like vaginas, like in my
Yeah.
phone. And then
Yeah.
it was like, lady who sticks the camera in her vagina and takes pictures. I
my
was like,
God.
probably not that one.
No,
Yikes.
no, she's cool. I like her. I like a photographer today that would be alive. Petra Collins does like a lot of weird stuff. She's pretty big in fashion photography and like kind of looking at adolescence and what it's like to grow up as like a teenage girl right now. And she does like a lot of quirky stuff. People don't realize too, Cole Sprouse, really good photographer.
Zach and Cody.
Really
Like Zack and
good.
Cody? Really?
Yeah. He's pretty big in fashion photography, but
Wow. I never
Yeah.
would have guessed that. I didn't know that at all.
I think they're both pretty artsy though. I think they both like
What does the other one do?
take part in like
acting a lot.
yeah short films.
Mm-hmm.
Just like very interesting people
Um,
for sure. Jill, so like we're talking about like the ease of your kind of artwork. So I want to understand, do you have to deal with people who, well, obviously you have to deal with like, you know, I guess people who aren't artists who say, I don't get it. But on the other end of the spectrum, those like refined artists or art connoisseurs, I don't know, bunch of bitches. Like,
Whoa.
do you how do you deal with like those kind of people?
Yeah, I mean, when it comes to painting, I don't feel as confident showing those things. Like, the galleries around Grand Rapids are pretty studious, they're pretty cliquey, and I would love to get into them and everything, but it's like, I'm a self-taught painter, so I definitely think I could be better if I like took classes, and there's always room for improvement, but it's kind of like, well, I know my friends will like it because they don't do it. So,
It's kind of how we are with music.
yeah,
Yes.
yeah. So I want to get it out there, though, to those, I guess, art snobs, if you will, because they are going to give me the best criticism. Like, yeah, rip me apart, actually. Like, I need that. I don't want my friends just to say, oh, it's cool. I like it. You're doing good, because I don't actually know.
But why do you need to be ripped apart on like self-expression?
You don't need to be ripped apart, but in some cases, people are like, oh, this is my hobby. This is self-expression for me. I just do it because I feel good doing it. But it's like, yes, that's true, but I want to make money off of this. So I need to sell it to people that appreciate art, understand art, and they can tell the difference between a good and bad painting.
How do you, in order to get into these studios, how do you go about that? Do you like send them?
You can apply like I can never pronounce. I think it's La
Like-
Front C or something gallery on Cherry Street.
If there's some sort of like credential like that you have to have, like when you go there and you like talk to them, are they gonna be like, well, you didn't do this and you didn't go here?
Yeah, are they
Or,
gonna
like,
ask for
is
a
it based
resume?
on your art?
Yeah,
or,
they
like-
would probably ask. I mean, you're gonna have more kudos to you and be able to get in better if one, you went to school for it, or are like at Grand Valley, if it's a reputable school. I mean, Kendall, obviously they're going to be like, oh, yep, art school. But yeah, if you have a resume, they're probably going to ask to see your website. They're going to ask to see your work. And then also Instagram is a really big way to get yourself out there. Like galleries follow me and stuff, and they do post like open calls or we're having a show. So you would kind of just have to apply, and I'm pretty sure a lot of them do have like a fee. And if you wanted to sell your work, then you're gonna have to give a percentage to the gallery as well.
Shit, probably.
Yeah.
I never even thought about that.
Yeah, so like you have to price your things kind of high if you want to like
Yeah.
get profit and
Yeah.
then pay them. But I haven't really done a ton of gallery shows for paintings.
What if you don't sell anything? Do you have to like pay the gallery like a?
I don't
Is there
know.
like a flat rate?
Yeah, there could be like a flat rate. I mean, even if you don't sell a painting, you're still getting exposure. So like people are seeing your name at least. I mean, it's something, but it's not great. But
Do you know? Is there, or do you know of any sort of like outsider or underground like art scene in Grand Rapids? And like, are you a part of it at all, or like do you?
they used to do Art on the Avenue every Friday, the first Friday of every month. And there's a couple of galleries up on Division, and I did some photography back at the Bend Gallery when that was a thing. And you email them and ask like, hey, I have this work. I'll show you photos. And if they like it and it fits their theme, then yeah, you're good. But as of right now, I mean, because of COVID, like it's kind of hard to get into, but
So
there is a big art scene in Grand Rapids.
I mean, yeah,
for
we
sure.
have Art Prize, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
Music and art in
varies.
Grand Rapids, like that's honestly why I love living here.
Yeah.
Like I think I like cities like in general. Like I'd probably enjoy living in
Like Tennessee.
really any city, but like
That's not a city.
I don't know. I think Grand Rapids gets like this cliche rap of like being like a hipster city, and it's like
It is.
It
kinda
is.
true.
It is.
But at the same time, it's like that's like where all the good shit is.
It is.
I guarantee
definitely.
in 10 years there's going to be some sort of scene explosion. If we're talking about music, if we're talking about art, there's going to be something happening in Grand Rapids in 10 years. I almost wish that I was like
Dane,
5 years like younger and just like right, you know.
we should open an art gallery.
shit
We'd have to call it. We'd have to
It's
call
like-
it something else.
yeah. Gallery of shit.
Yeah, whatever it may be. But actually, you said something interesting that I want to go back to. You said if it fits their theme. So generally, do these studios have an overall
Oh, they're
theme?
picky.
So you kind of have to find a studio that fits what you're doing, or do you?
I think a few studios and places in Grand Rapids, they're gonna look for people. Not that it's they're looking for diversity. So
Gotcha.
some galleries, like art snobby ones, you could have abstract painting and stuff like that, but a lot of people are looking for like Black Lives Matter stuff, things that have to do with the LGBTQ community or feminism. Like your art almost like has to have a meaning or a story or something powerful
that-
behind it.
In your opinion, is that because it sells and they're trying to make money?
I don't think they're trying to get money. I think they are trying to talk about issues,
Yeah, like
actually.
call awareness.
Yeah, very much like all awareness. Like, what does your work have to say and do with culture right now?
Right.
Is it going to speak volumes? Is it...
Doesn't that kind of like give it meaning before it's even made? in a weird way, you know, like
Yeah, it kind of is
I
like,
don't know.
oh, now I have to make this to like make it
Right.
fit that,
Yeah.
and that's not what I had in mind.
Like, you know what people like right now? Black Lives Matter stuff.
Yeah.
It's like, are you supporting Black Lives Matter, or are you making Black Lives Matter like items,
Yeah, are you
artwork
monetizing
in the
Black Lives
name
Matter?
of that so that you can sell it? You know what I'm saying?
And that's where they definitely do background checks. Like they're gonna look at your work and be like, okay, are you actually about this? Like, do you live and breathe this? Like, are you active and vocal about this issue? And basically, the bigger the issue, the more recognition you're about to get, and the more you're gonna be able to get into places because you're talking about something that needs to be talked about.
right.
So I think Grand Rapids is very big on like bringing awareness, but not so much having art that's just to appreciate,
Yeah.
unless you want to go to the gram and look at art.
Because I'm always like anti-establishment in the sense that like I understand like a lot of institutions are out there just to make money, and I'm a big advocate for like Black Lives Matter and stuff. So I don't know, like it's like when you watch commercials like on Hulu or like on TV, and it's like, everybody's like wearing a mask in our commercials, and like Jimmy's dad died and he had such a hard life. Amazon, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like I fucking hate that shit.
I saw a commercial. I died
Upgrade.
laughing. Made absolutely no sense.
Hulu Premium.
Yeah, upgrade.
This commercial of like this daughter being upset that like COVID was happening, Christmas is canceled, and it's this really awkward moment where she like yells at her sister and then has to go to apologize to her sister, and they start singing a Christmas song together. You have no idea what this commercial is about. At the end, Meyer.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
it.
See, I'm glad
the
to
heck?
hear that in your opinion, like art galleries are trying to be legit and that they're not just, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like that's nice. That's nice to hear because I don't go to art galleries that much in Grand Rapids.
We should do that.
Yeah,
You
I know about like
should.
the moon. The
Well, we
moon's
can't
cool.
really go right
The
now.
moon?
Yeah, you know.
Is that a studio or are you talking about the moon?
Oh yeah, dude. I can't believe you guys don't know about the moon.
The thing in the sky?
Oh yeah. No, the moon is actually a really cool, like, I guess I don't really know what it is. It's like a group of studios. It's like I think a couple bought like a few buildings. Like I know one is, I don't want to like honestly give away like the street name and shit that it's on because there's like
Is it by
Probably,
is
like-
it by the downtown school?
no, there's like $50,000 worth of equipment in there though, and it looks like just like a broken
Is it
down like
new?
abandoned house. But then I've been to a party there. But then like you go
It is
in
by
there.
the downtown school. You like drove
Yeah,
me by. It's by the.
it's by our old place. But you go in there and there's like I don't know, maybe like 6 people living there. But it's full of like recording studio equipment, guitars, like artwork, like the above, like the upper section is like all just like artwork, like a gallery that people have there, and the lower section is
Wow.
like murals, like all over like like concrete and shit, and they like throw parties and they throw art shit, and I think they have a few different buildings,
I want to
like
go.
some more like legit than that one, like actual studios.
Is that by that skate park on the west side over there?
No, it's over. Like I said, I don't want to give away the street because if somebody like watches this, that's like sketchy. I don't want them to like go
Yeah,
and
well.
fuck with it and me be like the guy. But like, it's over on the west side, like kind of off of Wealthy, like towards the end of Wealthy, like where Wealthy ends.
Okay.
I gotcha.
Mm-hmm.
Should we take a short break?
Yeah, we should actually introduce a song or something.
Well, I
How we-
was thinking, how about we just play cool jazz and then everyone can go look at your
Yeah.
Instagram while they listen to the break.
Well, they don't even know our Instagram tag.
was
Jillian
gonna-
Becker, spelled with a G, not a J. Don't embarrass me.
we should probably put that on the screen, maybe right here in my hand. Is it working, Kyle Malloy? No, I think we should play one of our songs, dude.
All right. Well, I've had 2 in a row. So do you want to play one of yours?
We can play one of mine.
What are you feeling?
Let's play. Let's do Friends Part 2.
Okay.
Yeah, I haven't. Jillian's our friend. We're all friends here.
Yeah, I like
I
that
feel
one.
like that's an underappreciated song on my album
It's a
personally.
good one.
Because we're brothers
Oh, yeah.
and we're happy and we're
Yeah.
Okay, hell yeah. All right,
right.
so yeah,
Go ahead and announce it.
I don't want to
Okay,
introduce my own song.
This is Friends Part 2 by Dane G.
I'd like to thank you, 'cause you got what I need. I'd like to thank you, thanks for being my friend.
So Jill, I mean, we lightly touched on. Obviously, we gave your tag right before the little break there, but you kind of talked about, like, alluded to how it. I guess it's kind of obvious too how trying to cultivate an audience it's really difficult. Trying to stand out in a space that's easy to get into, but I feel like a lot of Kendall students have like really good Instagram accounts, like followers to following ratios. Can you as like a new Instagrammer who's trying to get some clout? How do I go about that?
You want me to post photos of you and tag you? No, building a following.
Feels like the only way you're gonna get clout is if I post.
is
your
for me. Just kidding. I'm not even that big on there. I don't know. I guess because I'm a photographer, of course, my stuff might stand out more than someone else just taking normal photos at a party or something. But building a following takes time. It does not happen overnight, and a lot of people don't use hashtags anymore. Like, it's almost like looked down upon. Like, who are you? Why? You look silly.
trying to get noticed, bro.
Yeah, but when it
Lame.
comes to art, you kind of have to if you really want it to be noticed. And I'll follow like a lot of art accounts or something just to see what they're doing. And then there's a lot of times where I go through my, like, who am I following though? And I just unfollow people that, like, if you're not constant, that's another thing, consistency. Like, if you don't post a lot, people forget about you. Don't ever think that you're, like, being annoying. Who cares? It's your own thing. It's social media. No one cares. If they think you're annoying and they unfollow you, well, then you didn't need them anyways. So I don't know. It takes time. I'm nowhere near where I want to be, but
That's good advice, I think.
Be-
As someone who only has 56 followers on my music Instagram.
Well, hold up.
You just
So
created
that's your,
that like a
tack-
month ago, though.
True.
Yeah, that's your like Tachyon account. But like Jill, you're using like your own account, right?
yeah. So that was one thing that we had to do in one of my classes, professional practice, was like you have to build a website and you have to have some other, like a LinkedIn or Facebook or an Instagram for your photo account. And I was like, well, I have so many followings on my photo account or on my normal account. I don't really want to make a new one for it because I do post my art on there. I'm a little personal and I post like everyday stuff because I want people to know me. So yes, it's my personal account, but it's also aesthetically pleasing and it's artsy, and I want people to get to know me and feel like they could engage with me, because if you're not personable and you're not yourself, then people aren't going to interact with you. So,
And I mean, with my Instagram account, like, I mean, honestly, if we're all being honest, it's super hard to restart an Instagram account.
yeah.
Like, as unfortunate as it is, like, your first fan base is going to be your fucking high school and college friends. And as much as I wish, like, I wish I could just, like, get rid of all those people and just, like,
Such an
like,
angry
start
voice.
over.
Start a
like,
new life.
I'm like, if I want art
High
people to
school.
follow me, like if I want music people to follow me, they're gonna go to my Instagram and they're gonna be like, 20 followers. If I follow you, I'm gonna look bad. So it's like I have to keep all those people that are still following me from like high
Yeah.
school. Some, and I don't regret like all of those people. Like some of those people are fucking dope. However, if I see a random woman from college and I'm like, who the fuck? And I go and she's not following me back anymore. I'm like, unfollow,
Bye.
bitch.
Yeah.
Ta-ta.
There's times where if I haven't talked to you in like 4 years, sorry, I don't take this the wrong way, but I truly don't care about your life.
Even if you're
But
hot, it's like,
Yeah.
see you later.
Every couple months, I usually go through my followers.
Do a
and
little
clean out.
splurge, yeah.
right, spring cleaning.
I am flattered though by I run into people that I went to high school at the bars or something. They're like, your Instagram looks so good. I'm like, thank you.
You worked
Thank
hard at that.
you.
And I'm there like, hey, I'm her friend.
Yeah. Danger.
You do have to do some cleaning though. Cleaning of your posts. No, in general, like clean up.
No one wants to see Dane in high school.
Oh my god, I have such trash. Like if you go to like the back of my Instagram, I've edited it like 3 times in the past like year, just because I'm like, you know, I just keep archiving shit. Because Colin was like, dude, I mean, like people like to see that. Like let's say somehow you had a single that like goes viral, and like people can like go to your Instagram and see like this kid's been like look at the progression of this kid since like 2012 or whatever.
Yeah. It is kind of fun stalking people to go
However,
way
there are
back.
some posts that I'm like, oh fuck, like archive. Glad I found
Yeah.
this before like somebody like, you know. I don't know if you guys
Sees
have
it.
that. I just have like, I don't know.
You don't want to get canceled.
I don't have anything like that.
That's what I'm saying.
It wasn't
man. You gotta
exactly
get your shit
like
together.
that. It was just like maybe some of it was like a little too raunchy, maybe for Instagram, and some of it was maybe like a little too just kind of like pathetic for Instagram.
Well, that's on my personal Instagram account. If you go back to the beginning, it's horrible. It's like pathetic posts. I mean, like why did I? It's nothing bad, but it's just like why did I post that?
I remember,
But I don't delete it.
I remember back when I was like way younger, and Instagram was kind of like a safe haven. Like if you had your account on private, you could be like, guys, we can post anything we want,
Right,
and only
right.
our friends will see like just this trashy like post that we're posting.
Nope.
And then all of a sudden, Instagram became like as I got older, like totally different thing. Like that's no longer what it was for.
Yeah, I know my parents were always like, you need to make it private, like blah, blah, blah. And I get that. Believe me, I get it.
But you're an artist. You can't.
I
You
can't.
literally can't.
I
You're an artist.
literally cannot. If
Those
I
hashtags
want,
don't mean shit.
If if I want people to find me, recognize me, look at my portfolio and all that stuff, like I have to stay open. And yes, I have about 50 old men that are blocked, but you know, that comes with it.
Dude, why would you see that as a problem? That is an opportunity.
I wish I had 50 old cougars like prowling on my
They're
shit.
fake. No,
Hey, I
they're
like your new
like
single.
foreign people that just want to steal your money. It's not
Yeah,
legit.
that too.
Hey, pretty girl.
I always know when like the grammar is messed up. I'm like, nah.
Blacked.
I feel like that accent was so bad and ambiguous that I did not offend anyone.
You could have been Chinese.
Couldn't
you
have
could-
offended anyone.
Yeah,
out
you could
there.
have been I don't know, something.
You sound like Dracula.
I want to stalk your Instagram.
Dane, the voices are just flowing today.
Oh, I mean, the more comfortable I get with this podcast, the more it's just gonna, especially the more we drink. The more this turns
I
into
know,
just a
yeah.
drinking podcast, the worse
We're
it's
just
gonna be.
socializing.
That's what it's
out.
becoming quickly.
Oh yeah. I mean, I don't know. Like, I feel like I was EQing last week's podcast,
Yes.
and we were talking about the Dane G special. And,
Right.
Like as I was talking about it on the podcast, I'm like, that sound pretty good right now.
that was ridiculous.
And so yeah, I am. As soon as like I texted Jill today, I was like, hey, what do you want to drink? She was like, any kind of wine would be just fine.
That explains the red wine.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
was wondering why you two wanted red wine.
Thank you.
And the amaretto, which is actually amaro or whatever
That's
we
just-
were talking
That's
about
some
last week.
bullshit.
I put it there for aesthetic, but also I thought maybe it would come up in the conversation.
Are you talking about the cheese?
No.
Mm-mm.
The
is
brown
brought to you
shit that I was drinking 2 weeks ago when we were
By
making
the
music.
cheese lady.
I think we were talking about this the last time around here.
We
Yeah.
were. That's why I put it right
What
there.
is that again?
I take a sip. Somebody
No.
take
I'll
a
take a
sip.
sip.
I
Take a
smelled
sip
it.
of
You left
What
a cup
is
of
it?
it.
It's good.
It tastes
I
like
honestly
if you
don't
drank a
fucking know.
Christmas tree.
My bartender friend
it
told me to
minty?
get
Just go ahead.
amaretto, and I got that on accident.
Right? It smells horrible.
I wish the camera.
And
got
it
It's
looks
good.
even-
Never
it looks
smell
worse.
it.
You can
Never
take like
smell
you
it.
can take like 2 shots of it, or you can drink a small. Like
It looks like brown cough syrup.
she's good.
It's like molasses.
All right, I'll give it a try.
She
Bro, you gonna make me
I'm like,
throw up.
it's good. And she's
The
like,
aftertaste is funky, but
let me try this.
the initial sip, it's good.
That shit nasty.
Let me hold this.
I don't know what you would like.
I got
You
2
could drink that
mics.
straight up,
I know.
or do you mix it with something?
No, you drink
do you
it.
put
You
it in
drink
your
it straight
coffee?
up. You drink it straight up. You can put it in coffee.
So can I just
You
say?
can drink it like with 1 ice cube.
Oh,
My last job was at Rainier. Shout out them, I guess, which is like an oral care company. They're private label.
Like a
Meyer.
dental
Like
tool?
if you go to Meyer, any Meyer brand toothpaste is made by them. Their factory smells very minty, as you can imagine. That's what this smells like to me. Is their oral care factory.
There's
It
a
doesn't smell
hint
great.
of flavor, a hint of alcohol, and a hint of medicine in there.
God.
It's like a 33, 33, 33, or
Yeah.
Connor's over here like going, oh God, like he's in high school, as if this man
Oh,
doesn't drink
my
all
God.
the time.
That's
Bro,
pretty terrible. I'm
bro,
not gonna
I
lie.
don't know.
It's like an old man, like old timey liqueur kind of drink.
And you like, I drink vodka and water, and that's generally seen as bad.
Are we just
but
gonna talk
that's
about
bad.
this on the podcast every week until that bottle's gone?
Do it.
That's- oh,
Make every guest.
it tastes
Yes.
like it tastes like an old cupboard,
Hey,
doesn't it?
this bottle
Yes.
has 3 strains of
An
COVID
old
on
medicine cabinet.
Yeah, like a really old wooden cupboard. That's what it tastes like. Oh,
Cheerio.
Had some like NyQuil leakage in it.
yeah,
you
or
know.
something like. Oh,
it. So it's a NyQuil dampened old wooden cupboard.
like an
That's what
antique, like a
It's
dusty.
musty.
It's musty. It is. It's like
musty
a dusty
and dusty.
If
cabinet.
Jesse is listening to this right now, he's cracking the fuck up.
Oh. Okay. Anyway,
I love the voices, Dan. Honestly, you should just talk in a different accent every episode.
Every episode.
Yeah.
One time when I was working, so I'm a server, and I thought, do you get a better tip if you have an accent? And I wanted to try it out, and my server, like people I worked with, like, you're not gonna do it, whole shift. I talked in an Australian accent, and I was looking up slang too, like while I was in the back, like what are some words that they say. And sure enough, I got over 20% tips on every single bill. People asked me, where are you from? I was like, oh, I'm from Brisbane, Australia. Oh, I thought so. Oh my God.
well, can I just say, like, out of the accents, Australian has to be my favorite. I love people who talk in Australian. I just like they can.
It's a good one, you fucking cunt.
Yeah. Well, they.
Dane.
How dare you?
Wow.
They
Anyway.
say that all the time over there.
They do. But it's a great accent, so I'm not
Costas.
surprised. I like just hearing them talk.
Yeah, Australian's good, British is good, but I can't really. My Australian and British like somehow mesh into one.
Well, you know, it's all colonialism in
It's
the
hard
end.
to tell the difference.
You need to go to prison first, and then your Australian will be a little better.
What?
You need to take a British
Oh.
person, put really short shorts on them,
Put them in the desert.
put them in the desert, get them drunk as fuck off of cheap beer, and then they start talking like this, mate. Start saying cunt all the time. Wrestling animals and shit.
That's pretty good. Crikey. Is that a good one?
Fucking
That's
cunt.
racist.
That's
how
not
many,
racist.
How many times can I say cunt before Shit Show Studios is like...
I think you've exceeded your like yearly limit.
I think we're done.
Hey, post production, can we add beeps
Yeah.
so that
That's a
people
good
don't know
one.
what word they'll know. But
Jill, can we go behind the scenes or what? What did I
What
say?
do you?
Huh?
Behind? Can we go just dig deeper into why that word is offending you so much? I feel like a lot.
Oh,
of,
it's not a
lot of
it's-
hostility
No,
coming
no, no. Well, do you really have to ask why that word is offensive?
I feel like it's a bad
kinda-
word.
I'm
It's
kind
a
of on
bad.
this
I think we all know it's a bad
She's like, my
word.
parents called me it until I was
I
18.
would say
Oh my God.
it's my least favorite swear word, and
It's fun
it
to
just
say, though.
kind of is like a ooh. Every time
Really?
I hear it, I'm just like, oh,
Don't
that's
go
the
to
bad
Australia.
one. That's
okay,
the bad one.
as words go, like whether it's a bad word or not, it's a pretty fun word to say. It has all the
it has an emphasis
It
to
does.
it for sure.
yeah, it has all the makings of like a really fun word to say, you know,
Mhm.
but it's just
My brother's he said to this day it's still his favorite swear word. My mom overheard him one time. She could hear like voices outside. What am I hearing? What am I hearing? My brother's behind our fence in the backyard just saying bitch over and over in different like
old was he?
voices. He was a child.
That makes sense.
Over and over, whatever. And she's like,
He's
why
like,
are you
"Bitch."
saying? Yeah, exactly, exactly. And she's like,
Bitch.
what are you doing? He's like, well, I'm practicing in case I ever have to say it.
I bet
He's
that
like,
I
in
bet that
case
served him
I ever
well.
want to abuse my wife, mom, I'm practicing it.
Jeez, this is going a little bit off the rails, but
yeah, sorry. We should just start.
Let's start talking about art again.
Let's maybe cut all of that out.
I was gonna say, let's cap the
We'll definitely take this out.
Yeah. Okay.
Words aren't good.
Can we,
for
get what
can
I'm
we
saying.
please add beeps though? That would be funny. So
We
no
can
one will
keep
really
some
know.
of that.
We're not.
No, just for
taking
that one
any
word.
of this out,
No,
you
just for
guys.
that one word, just because then they won't know what we're saying, but they will.
I'm
It'll
gonna
be
get
funny.
naked and we're gonna keep it in.
I thought you
You're
already
being
were.
Well,
recorded.
it's definitely not going to be monetized on YouTube.
It might.
Oh, this podcast? Absolutely not. Especially this particular episode.
Would you say it's a content?
They're gonna look at the closed
not great.
captioning. They're like, "Cunt, bitch, abusing someone's wife." No, we're not monetizing this.
I'll monetize it.
Dude, this is going to get
What's it called?
flagged.
The Dookie Show? No.
From the beginning.
It'll blow
Yeah,
up.
right, dude. I watch like fucking stand up all the time, and they're throwing out the C word and shit. all the time.
Yeah. I mean, our fan base
But
is
they're
called the
already-
shithead, so.
They already have a fan base.
The shits? I listened to the podcast. We were like, we should call them the shits.
So I had an idea for a segment. I think a lot of this we can just take out post, right? But a cool segment, art segment.
Sure.
An art segment.
Yeah,
like
I got
an
one.
art
I already got
display.
one ready. Okay, it's a little quiz for you guys. What era did this art piece come from? I'm gonna show pictures of art. Put together a little.
Oh, Jesus. I feel like Jill's going to be the only one answering.
I don't even know. Sometimes I cave under pressure. I'm just like, oh God, I took a test on this 2 years ago.
Well, yeah. Well, it's not gonna. I don't know. What do you guys
Jill's
think?
going to start sweating.
We can do it.
Yeah.
I need to find
yeah.
my phone.
Yeah, while you're finding that, Jill, like, okay, so like we talked about kind of like your art past and stuff and what you do now. I kind of want to know though, like, what are the things that come up in your mind when you're thinking, I wish I did this differently, or I wish I went down this path? Like,
Ooh.
do you? I guess I wouldn't necessarily call them regrets, but just like corrections.
When I first went to Kendall, I actually wanted to go for costume design. I wanted to be a fashion designer, specifically for costume, because I was obsessed with movies. And I saw when I was little that you could win an Oscar for costume design. And I thought that was incredible. So I was like, that's what I want to do. I want to work for the Civic Theater first. I'll like sew shit like in the back or whatever. And I didn't know how to sew though. So when I got to Kendall, I was going to apply to get into the fashion program, but you had to have things made for your portfolio. And I was like, I'm trying to learn how to make that. So back fall, I'm decent at taking photos. Sure, I'll just apply with this. And I had a bunch of photos I had taken, and they were like, yeah, you're good, you're in. I did not want to go to school for photography. That is not what I anticipated on doing. And then when I became close with the faculty members of the fashion program, they were like, you could have made a pillow. You could have made like anything so simple. And I thought I had to make like an outfit.
Right.
And I thought I had to be really good at sewing. And she was like, no. And I was like, well, I could have done that. And I just never took a fashion class or anything. And I regret that because it's a big passion of mine, but I like fashion photography. So
Shout out to Marissa Duff, who
Yeah.
graduated from the fashion
Program at Kendall.
Program from Kendall, who's our friend as well. So
She's
shout
great.
out to Marissa.
Is
So-
that how you found out about like how you could have gotten into the school?
yeah, I found out how I could have gotten into the school because I was photographing the fashion program.
Oh,
And I became really good friends with the professor, and I would do their photos, and I would
good
do
friends, huh?
videos. Me and Lori, we're
Just kidding.
good. Yeah, and she was like, why don't you take a class with me, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, well, I don't know, because I can't sew. And she's like, oh, that's fine. So I do regret that.
Right.
But I have learned so much in photography that like I'm not about to start taking more classes than what I already have.
Right.
But I do wish sometimes I was like, I literally want to forget my major and do painting because I get more satisfaction from painting than I do photography.
Wait, so you meant to do?
I meant to do fashion
You
from
did
the very beginning.
photography, but you would rather do painting.
I think now it would be an easier switch from photography to go into painting than to switch into fashion, which I know nothing about, other than I can
Devil Wears
style.
Prada.
What?
The Devil Wears Prada. That's how I know
It's
fashion.
my favorite movie.
It's one of
It's
my
one of
favorite.
my favorite movies.
Me too. I actually
It's
love
a
that
good
movie.
one.
Literally only know the title.
Meryl
of that
Streep is so good.
She is.
Oh my gosh. She
Yeah.
is though.
What
The
about
way-
Anne Hathaway?
Anne Hathaway is a favorite.
I saw this meme of Meryl Streep, and it was a still of her from Mamma Mia, and she's doing the
So good.
jumping on the bed, right? And she's doing the full splits in the air and touching her toes, and it was like Meryl Streep at 60. Or Meryl Streep in her 60s. And then the next photo next to it was her like kicking her leg like way up, like to her hand. And it's like Meryl Streep in her 70s. And I was like,
She's
damn, girl.
wild.
She's never
She
going to
is.
stop.
She's so good. One of my favorite actresses.
Me too, honestly.
I also saw like a video online about when they're making Mamma Mia. Apparently, they're all drinking wine like the entire time. So I guess the reason that movie looks so fun is
Because they're
because
drunk.
they're all just wasted.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Mamma Mia.
Oh, here we go again.
Thank you. See?
Mama, how can I resist you? I love that.
movie.
All right,
Very
guys.
well.
That's the
We
best.
need
Start
to
playing
stop
that.
before we need to pay royalties. So just chill on
True.
Okay, I got a quiz ready. You
Okay.
guys want to do this?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't feel bad. Like, I mean, I don't know. Like, okay, you know
I'm
what?
about to be put to shame, basically.
How about,
I am a fraud.
how about we ask Dane and Talis first, see what they think of this, and then we'll. Can everyone see this?
Yeah.
Okay, this is Jacques Louis David's painting, "The Coronation of Napoleon." Which style is this in? And we have choices. Can everyone read those?
No,
You gotta have to read them
loud.
out.
Realism, Romanticism, Neoclassicism. I don't even know how to say this last one.
Baroque?
Baroque.
Baroque.
Oh, yeah.
I'm broke. Anyone?
That was an
Wait, okay.
Anyone want to give this one a go?
easy joke. We shouldn't be laughing at it.
I'm dirt broke. Quickly.
I have to read the question again.
I'm
I
gonna
just
guess.
read-
I'm gonna guess Baroque.
Neoclassicism.
I have.
That was my second choice.
Wait, you have to. You can't answer until we're all answered. I feel like
Well, now I'm gonna say neoclassicism.
I'm gonna go realism.
All right. Well, which one do we click on?
I think neoclassicism got two, so let's click on it.
All right.
It's either that or
And,
Baroque.
And the internet sucks.
and the internet blows. Oh, there we go. It was neoclassicism.
Yeah, you have to answer last. I feel like
Okay.
it's the only way
fair.
this game's gonna work.
Fine.
All right. This one is The Last Supper. Do I need to show everyone? Anyone? this?
Michelangelo.
Yeah. This is
it?
Renaissance.
Yeah.
Rococo. Didn't even know that was a style. Gothic. Romanesque. I'm gonna go Renaissance.
Are those
I
are the options?
I
those three?
definitely think it's Renaissance.
Renaissance.
Can I see the options?
Yeah, I mean, I just read them off. I think it was Renaissance.
Yeah, Renaissance.
Let's do it. Hey, there we go.
Gang,
Yeah.
gang.
You know, Ninja Turtles. They make fun of like all these turtles are named after Renaissance painters.
Oh, this one gives us a little more.
Michelangelo
So
is the best turtle. Raphael's cool too. Anyways,
I like the purple one. Which one's that?
Donatello.
Donatello. I like his,
Everybody
his
likes
weapon.
all of them except for Leonardo.
I like
fuck the leader and all
Yeah.
them rules.
right. The purple one's the best. Okay. Doesn't he have those like those two?
No, that's Raphael. That's the red one.
Okay.
He's the
anyway.
best. He's like an asshole.
Okay, this one's called Paris, A Rainy Day. Was an example of what art movement from the 19th century? Everyone like to take a look. 19th century. So it's either Romanticism, Realism, Impressionism, Post-Impressionism. This seems pretty more like later. I'm going to go Post-Impressionism. What about you, Dane?
I need to see it.
Okay.
I had to write an essay on this painting.
Really?
Yeah. It was our last question of my exam.
Oh. Is there any way we can put these up on the screen?
I'm also gonna go post-impressionism.
What do you think?
I'm just gonna hedge our bets. We'll go. Was there a pre one? Oh no.
No.
There's just post. Okay. So yeah.
Post-impressionism.
Ooh. Oh, it was Impressionism.
Ah,
I thought 19th century
I thought
would
it
be
That's what I
post.
thought. That's what I thought.
that's always a hairy one for me. The post.
Yeah.
Like they're essentially the same.
So let me get this.
But-
Let me get
So
this
what's
right.
impressionism then? It would be obviously before the 1800s.
Oh,
So-
here's it gives us a little description. Impressionism was a reaction to the rapid industrialization that engulfed much of the world at the end of the
Should
19th
know
century.
Mm.
Okay. Depicts a style of urbanization. So basically, post-impressionism
okay,
is anything
Like,
after that.
Not, yeah.
Yeah. So after the 1800s.
That's
I should have known
yeah,
that.
That's okay.
I should've known
Anything
that.
painted after the Industrial Revolution that's not about the Industrial Revolution, post-impressionism.
When it's interpreting a scene or like something realistic.
Yeah, sure. Oh, okay. This one's tough, I think. Okay, what movement required Rosa Bonheur, did I say that right? To dress as a man to paint the horse fair. I'm gonna pass this one around because I don't even really know.
Is it the bowel movement?
Oh boy.
Ha 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 ha.
The BM?
So far, all these paintings have looked stylistically, to me anyway, the same. Like I have seen no difference in any of them.
Oh,
honestly.
Impressionism's a lot different than neoclassicism.
Well, okay, the Impressionism one, A Rainy Day in Paris, I'm looking at a man and a woman walking down the street in the rain. This one, there's some people on horses. You know, that all looks pretty real to me.
Oh, I remember this.
Do I sound like an idiot right now?
I mean,
No,
I feel someone's out there saying idiom's basically the same thing.
Oh,
I
100%.
can barely
I
tell the difference
think-
between any of this.
That's very true.
This is for Rosa Bonheur. Her dad was a painter, and he taught her how to paint, and it was very Baroque at the time. It was very male dominant. I mean, all painting was.
So
So
you're
she
saying it's
was
Baroque.
she was lucky to basically get the teaching that she did, or the schooling.
Can you?
Cause
Do you know
what
what
is Baroque? Do
yeah.
you- I feel like I knew at some point. I have no clue what it is. now.
like hard shadow,
Let me see
very.
this one.
Dude, you're getting nudes.
I don't know.
Fucking pretty hot.
I
No, I'm just
should be
playing.
able to explain
wish.
this better, but I can't.
I
Let's see,
love
we're
heavy
going with
shadow.
Baroque. Ah, realism. See, I just...
See,
Yeah.
I know nothing.
So, just off topic, real quick, Jill.
Yeah.
How relevant in the course of history, like in the next, I don't know, 50 to 100 years, how relevant is Banksy?
Ooh.
Like he's obviously alive and presently painting,
Mm-hmm.
and I would say graffiti art and like socially conscious art, as it pertains to like, you know, the modern age. I don't know if it's like getting as much respect as it's going to get in the next 50, 100 years. So like, what do you think? Like, how relevant is Banksy going to be?
I think someone will surpass him. I think everyone kind of knows the name right now, and after the little stunt of his
At the art gallery thing?
yeah,
At
of
the
his
art
thing being
auction?
shredded.
Oh my God, that was so sick. I
I,
got so hard
he'll
after I saw
still be
that.
relevant, but he'll be coming to the end of his time.
Why?
for
I feel like
sure.
that's like another thing we were talking about, like with
But-
Duchamp. Like he said, he said, you know,
Yeah.
fuck the upper class. Like you don't get to own my art, assholes.
I have a question. Is there a like in the like today, is there like a style that is unnamed at the moment, but in 50 years we'll look back and we'll say that this was at the time? And could you put a name to it? Like,
I mean,
do these like normally come about well after the movement itself? People look back and say this was the movement of the time, or is it like in the
moment,
Yeah.
they make the movement.
Okay.
And they kind of come up with a name for it. Cubism, actually, the name was a joke. It was not supposed to be called that until someone was like, it looks like a bunch of cubes. And during like a critique, basically, at a gallery, and they were showing it, and everyone hated it. And then the name just kind of stuck.
So this painting I'm looking at now, I think would fall under that. It looks like a bunch of cubes.
Let's see it.
It's called A Sunday Afternoon on La Grande Jatte.
Your French is just phenomenal.
That's
Thank you.
not that's not cubism at all.
Tell us, like,
That's
oh my
pointillism.
God, that's good stuff.
That
like
painting,
That's not-
that painting is huge, and it's at the Chicago Art Institute.
Wait, is that the one? That's the one Stewie gets lost in.
So it
In
does
Family
say
Guy, he's
it-
like staring at it, and Ferris Bueller. You know, it's like
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying.
that's where they filmed that movie.
Is that yarn or is it canvas?
It's canvas.
It's canvas.
It does say pointillism, which I didn't know was a thing, but it says
It is.
pointillism was a key component of this movement. And we got privatism, which I don't think is real. Impressionism, neo-impressionism.
I think it's neo-impressionism.
Oh gosh,
Well, that would make sense because it's not very realistic, right?
it was neo-impressionism.
He was the chosen
Pointillism
one.
is, if you look at that painting, it is made up of a bunch of dots.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
all dots.
It's like the
Whoa.
Ferris Bueller scene. He's like,
Huge.
it's like
It's
zooms in on him.
huge. That painting is in that museum, and that's where they filmed that movie.
Mm-hmm.
I recreated a photo once. My friends and I were like visiting the gallery, and we were like, "Oh my god, let's recreate the Ferris Bueller whatever cover."
Like on a
photo.
TikTok or something.
No, it was a photo that we just like recreated of them like all standing staggered with like their arms crossed, and they're in front of this painting. I don't remember which painting it was.
Beautiful
I
movie.
think it's the circus, but
It is a bunch of dots. I'm looking at it
yeah,
closely.
it's crazy.
Anyway,
Wait, so is the quiz done?
no, but I figure we could keep talking about stuff and just come back to it.
All right. For
Should
sure.
I stop this quiz?
I mean, you know, just keep it there just in case.
Okay, we'll come back to it.
Your
That's
computer freaks me out when
I
it goes
saw
by.
that.
I know. It's
But
still
I
recording.
know it's fine.
Yeah.
We were talking about Ferris Bueller. We were talking about the dots. You went
Yeah.
to Chicago. You took a picture. Then it was leading me to your TikTok.
Which one?
I guess just your account in general. I think I've only
Oh.
seen one
Wait, you have a TikTok?
Yeah,
because
it's not very big.
I really like that song. Then leave. You know, like then leave.
Oh, I made a dance to that.
See, I didn't know. I didn't realize that was like one of the TikTok songs. You
Yeah,
know?
it
You
is.
made a
Until-
dance?
I made no, I didn't make a dance. There's like TikTok dances or
Right,
whatever.
right.
Tucson, you guys want to see it?
Yeah.
Yes, I
It's
do.
a little
I feel like
spicy.
Is it
TikTok.
the
I
one with you in the
literally-
short shorts?
Yes, so
Yeah.
you've seen it.
Yeah, we should see it. We should watch it.
It's a good one.
Is it a good one,
I
Dan?
literally said
I've seen it 100 times. I'm just playing.
Don't tell my mom that I did
Don't
this on
tell
her
my mom.
porch.
Your mom's gonna watch this podcast. She already asked for the
No,
link.
she
You
won't.
just are ratting yourself out. Ramina showed me this.
Damn, that was summer jail. Hey.
Yeah, that's pretty good. I feel like
It's not over. Hold on.
Okay. See, I don't watch TikTok much, but that seems like any other one that has millions of likes. You know, like I
Wait,
feel
how
like
many views does it have?
That one's not my most popular one, but
what's your most
shit show
how many likes is your most popular?
it's hard. Honestly, TikTok's algorithm is so weird. You cannot figure it out. But that one had 494 views and 40 likes.
So
Which is on it, like for TikTok, that's like decent, but like that's not
Decent.
gonna get you recognized. One that I was literally just messing around with the filter. Like there's a filter that'll change your hair color, and I was like just dinking around. This first try, first run. That has 1,356 views and 25 likes though. So like it's just really
so
weird.
that, it just pops up on people's For You page, right?
Exactly. And TikTok is one where you do want to use hashtags and that's where the algorithm is really weird because sometimes a video that has 0 hashtags will have like 1 million views and a bunch of likes and you're just like, how? It's also the sounds that you use. Is that sound going
Like what's
viral right
trending?
now?
Word.
Yeah.
Wild.
So is that it? Is it funny? Is it a good dance? And are you hot? Like, if you're attractive or not, that will totally, like.
I feel like on TikTok especially too. It's on
I have
more-
never wanted plastic surgery until I made a TikTok.
Oh
I'm
my
not
God,
kidding.
stop it.
No, I'm serious. That's how bad it is.
Whoa.
This app is
No one in this
messed
room needs plastic
up.
surgery. We're all
And
pretty
we're all
good looking.
hot, but
We're all
like.
pretty
Wait,
hot.
time out. If what would the plastic surgery be?
Doesn't even matter because she
I'm
doesn't
not
need
gonna
it.
tell you. I'm not gonna tell you, because then you're gonna be like, "Chill, you should."
I'm gonna convince her.
Yeah.
She puts her hand on the hip and goes, I'm not going to tell you.
No.
Jeez.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's like, Jill, I found this great doctor.
God.
Holy
Doctor, tell us.
There's a plastic surgery place in one of the hotels, and famous people come to it a lot into
Grand
Grand
Rapids?
Rapids
The
because
fuck?
it's underground. Famous people come to
Like
it.
literally?
Yeah, at the Amway. I think it's the
Are
Amway.
you serious?
Yes. People there to get into it, you have to drive underground. So famous people come to Grand Rapids to get plastic surgery because no one's gonna find them. No one's gonna follow them because you can't.
Word.
'cause
What are you
have to
saying about our
drive
city?
underground.
No one's gonna follow us here.
So you walk in like Robert De Niro and you walk out like Brad Pitt.
Excuse me.
Robert De Niro pretty good looking still though. He old as hell.
I like Robert De Niro.
Yeah.
Dude,
will-
I feel like the Amway.
What are you saying to me?
That's pretty good. Danny's got, dude. You're killing it today.
yeah?
I feel like the Amway has a lot of
Think you're gonna
secrets.
fuck my daughter?
Oh yeah,
That's
Grand
not a good Robert
Rapids
De Niro. I
was
can do
in the
better.
top 5 for sex trafficking in the U.S.
Oh, that's not what I was talking
Well,
about.
But
I
I'm
heard
just
that.
saying,
My mind
like-
went there too, but I didn't think it was gonna say it.
Oh,
Well,
I didn't say it.
mine's a little
People
more
need to know
I
understandable.
think as men, as we should probably just let Jill take the control on
Are
this
we-
on that
topic.
topic.
Do we want
Can you
to?
just, I mean, if other people from out of town are listening to this, then I feel like it needs to be said, to be honest.
Does it?
I would
Guys,
just
this
say,
isn't some like white bread, like this isn't the Jimmy Fallon show. Like we can talk, we can say cunt if we want.
We're gonna bleep that out.
Beep that
too.
out in post production. Yeah.
Can we make all our bleeps as fart noises? Just like,
Absolutely. I'm excited to put together the soundboard for you for next week.
yes. Anyways, I don't know if you want to like.
I was just gonna say, I mean, people don't really think about that because they think like Grand Rapids is so small, I can get around anywhere, but we are so close to Canada, so close to Chicago. People,
We got the lake.
we have the lake. Like people don't realize actually how sketch this place is.
Prime spot, like transportation wise, like
There was
You can get any. Oh, thank you.
about 3 or 4 years ago, you know how there's a bunch of abandoned buildings like around downtown, blacked out windows? They found over 20 children in an abandoned warehouse in
Pizzagate.
Grand Rapids.
dude, we literally removed that out of one of the podcasts. But anyways, are they like alive?
Oh, they rescued like 20 something kids. So like they were fine, but God knows what they had gone through, and God knows if there was ever more there that had left.
Fuck? Like, is it like part of a sex traffic thing?
Yeah. And there's Marissa pointed out too when we were in Muskegon that we were like driving through, and there's like an abandoned wrecked hotel, and she was like, oh yeah, they got shut down for sex trafficking.
Jeez.
There's an app where you can take photos of your hotel room that goes into a police database so they can scan the backgrounds of rooms.
Well, that's great. I like that.
Yeah, that is amazing. I wish I knew what the app was
I wish
called.
that wasn't
forgot.
necessary, but
Right,
that's
but like
pretty smart.
any precaution, you should do that. Just a little side note, a little depressing. Sorry.
No, I mean, it needs to be talked about. And honestly, I'm going to bring up a pretty controversial topic right now.
And Pizzagate got cut. Really?
Pizzagate, dude. It's the craziest fucking stupid Alex Jones conspiracy bullshit I've ever heard
It's
in my
true.
entire
It's
goddamn
true.
life. Anyways,
It might be true.
We're going to be ahead of the curve on this because I don't know how much press this has gotten yet. Maybe I haven't been reading about it because I don't read into my local shit.
Let's hear it.
From what I understand, and I think you and I have talked about this already.
I don't know if I want to talk
I'm
about this.
eager.
Should
Bring
we
it
not
up.
talk about this?
Someone just say
I feel
it.
like we should at least mention it and then maybe move past it.
Whisper it in my
Okay,
ear.
dude.
What?
It's like I saw a post on Facebook today
Okay.
that person she
Hold
went,
on. Can we just
We should
identify?
back-
Can we identify what we're talking about first?
Okay. So long story short, I don't really know what the situation is. I guess there's like not a lot of like details about this right now, but supposedly a dead girl was found on GV's
Yes.
campus last
Oh
week.
yeah.
Yeah, they're not releasing any information as of how she died or exactly what happened. There's a lot of questions. I heard she was like 18.
Tell us said she was found topless. Don't know
Nude,
how.
yes.
Oh, man.
God.
She was found in the woods,
What wood?
Kinda.
Which woods?
like somewhere
Like
Grand
on a
Valley
runner's
Like in the
campus.
ravines?
Dude, you can just only imagine, like, your mind can only just imagine just the worst case scenarios to where that
That would
girl
happen.
fucking got there.
Yeah.
How many?
Yeah.
How many people was it? It was obviously all dudes. Like, come on, how many people was it? Was it one person? Was it one fucked up person, or was this a group effort? Was it like an accident and someone tried to cover it up? Like,
You don't know.
It's sketchy that they're not releasing any information about it.
It could
It's
be
so
pretty
sad. I
bad to
can't
the
believe-
point where they don't want to release it, but it's
Yeah.
really upsetting actually how many rapes have happened at Grand Valley, and it literally took them forever to get lights on the campus.
Like that sidewalk going down 42nd.
That's ridiculous.
how about like the 5,000 MIPs that they hand out every single year?
I got
and
2.
there's like, and you got 2 of them. I got 1 of them. And there's like a crazy amount of like sexual assaults that like
Oh, yeah.
the university like doesn't even tell the students about because they don't want like that amount of press. And honestly, I fucking love Grand Valley. I went there. I had a great time like all 4 years. All the staff I ever met there were great. I mean, however, I don't know. I don't know if it's just like
Security could be lacking, and also I heard like the city of Allendale or Standale or whatever is still upset about the library being too big, and so then
Allendale
it
hates Grand Valley.
Grand Valley, just in general, and would not provide them lights.
They
in
do
the,
not want to be a college town. They want to
Yeah.
be like a
It's too
lower
late.
middle class hick town, and the college got put there, and they fucking hate it.
and it's
Yeah.
getting bigger and bigger every
It's
year.
getting because kids fucking love Grand Valley. Grand Valley's
I
great.
liked it. I went there twice.
It's like the size of Michigan State or like another D1 college, but yeah, it's like
It's like half the size.
Dude,
but they
like,
have
if
like
you-
the downtown location too.
I'm
and
talking in
then
terms of
Allendale.
It'll
population.
be D1 in the next
Yeah.
10
like the
years.
student population, right?
I think we have like 25,000. State has like 50,000. But anyway,
Tell us. I want you to talk about maybe like I feel like I don't know. You seemed like you knew a little bit more about this. Than
No, I don't really know much, but just watching like the Facebook feeds, because I didn't even know like some of the people that I know like knew her. I didn't know that like I went to like summer camp to like this camp called Sugar and Spice in Detroit for like my whole life basically, and like they just grow like they have like a community of everybody who went there.
I want to come back to that. But
And
keep going.
so no, hold on, let me finish real quick. And so like watching the dude who runs the place post about it and not even knowing that like the I don't know impact of this event happening is just kind of like I don't know, it's just really surreal and kind of messed up. Just because too is like in Allendale, like I feel like such low population, like you really wouldn't expect like a lot of that.
it's in the Bible Belt. There's not a whole
It's
lot
not
going
a
on.
sketch area necessarily, but
Literally
people
one
at
bar.
college think that they can do anything to anyone and get away with it.
Right. Especially now that no one's going to class, everything's.
Yeah.
It's just. I feel like there's probably just like a sense of like overwhelming freedom there. Can't even imagine. I hate going there, honestly.
I hate going back to Allendale.
That's what I'm saying. I'd never really go back there.
I mean, when I went away to college, like I always wanted to. I knew we talked about this once already. I knew I wanted to join the music scene, and like when I got to Allendale, I was like, "This is just the same fucking bullshit that I saw in high school."
Oh yeah,
It's just
Grand
a-
Valley is high school.
It is.
It's just a bunch of like white kids being stupid.
I never had the normal college experience because I
I feel
lived
bad for the
at
Kendall kids.
yeah, I lived at home and I
I
went
do.
to an art school. So like I didn't really experience it, but I had friends at state and I would go and visit, don't get me wrong. Like I had my fun and everything, but at the same time I'm honestly grateful for my experience because I feel like I grew up, like I grew out of that phase pretty quick. And I was just very like, nope, I'm in school. I'm dedicated. This is what I'm doing. My campus was really small, although took me forever to make friends.
I don't know if I know too many other Kendall students that like party as hard as like
Yeah.
as you guys as we do. Like so. I don't know.
Kendall parties literally stopped probably the time that like Marissa graduated, basically. Like after my
So you guys are just
class,
holding it down.
there
apparently.
is just like nothing fun. They took everything away. I mean, we didn't have a cafeteria. We had one food vendor, like kind of. I don't remember the shack name of what the food was. They took that away. Like they literally took. We don't even have a school store. anymore.
You can't buy merch. School
Nope.
merch.
As
No?
of this past year, we no longer have like a school store where you could go in and buy a snack.
That seems
or,
like
like,
something that they would want,
supplies.
right? Buying school merch.
Yes, it is so necessary.
But it's right downtown though. You got all those restaurants, right?
Yeah, but it's like so expensive.
Oh, that's
at
true.
The same
You can't use dining
time.
dollars.
Wait,
at-
this was all pre-COVID?
They took away the food place like 4 years ago.
What the fuck?
And
That's
then we
fucked
had
up.
vending machines that were sucky. And then as of this
Yeah, they don't
past
have-
year, they took away our school store because of funding. And then they raised tuition by 2%.
funding.
Oh
Wouldn't-
my
wouldn't the school
God.
store
Yeah.
be
Are you
a source of
serious?
funding?
Yeah.
No.
You would
So
think so.
our
I love
enrollment
how
is so
like
low.
universities are raising tuition.
For online.
For
No,
online.
no,
How do you
in
do
the
an
middle of
art school
COVID.
online?
No,
Yeah,
U of M. Okay. I love how we're just talking shit about colleges right now. Like,
Don't get
we're
me
just
wrong, I love
mad
Kendall, but I've been
shit.
there too
Well,
long.
okay. I mean, number one, the U.S. education system has to be fixed. There are like a lot of
That's a rabbit hole.
there's
and
a,
then so-
that's a rabbit hole we don't have to go down.
Yeah.
However, like, U of M specifically, I know it. I know maybe it was state too, but I know that both of those colleges, they announced, okay, we're not going to do in-person learning this year, and everybody's like, okay, that's fine. But then they're like, after everybody like already like signed up to go, and they're like, we agree that we're not going to do in person. They're like, and we're going to raise our tuition. Like, what the fuck? We're not even doing it in person. How are you going to raise our tuition and
Yeah.
we're not allowed to go?
Yeah.
And they can't get it back, right?
And they can't get it back.
That's the big one.
You're not allowed
Yeah.
to go. You're not allowed to come to our school. But also, we're going to raise our tuition to make it more
You
expensive
paid for
you.
housing? Well, that's
Yeah.
nice.
And they
You
didn't
can't
tell-
live here, but you have to
Yeah.
pay for it.
Fucked.
Yeah.
Fact.
It's
Um,
really messed up.
Glad I'm out of school.
Real quick transition. I personally thought summer camp was a myth. I thought that was just like something
I
like
went to
TV
summer camp.
I went to
and
summer
movies
camp.
like
I
just
went to
kind of
summer
like
camp.
forced on us and thought that we like, oh, everybody goes to summer camp, but like not in real life. Like that's like a fantasy thing. Can you talk about the sugar and spice
I love
Powerpuff Girls summer camp that you went to?
Dude, so honestly, this shit was lit because they had like they had like the daycare center or whatever.
Wait, how old were you like during this?
I mean, I was probably like, at least through my middle school career, I went there, and I mean that was it. They literally had like a daycare center, and then they have like an arcade room for the older kids,
That's dope.
and then in the back we just played like Dance Revolution or like what was the other one, like Sing Star or whatever, like. And then the owner also had like a bus, and so like he would take us on field trips, and this was like in an area that's not really, I guess too. I'm not gonna say it's not well off, but like some of the kids are underprivileged, and like so like the dude literally sets up a community in the middle of an area that he's just trying to keep clean basically, and it was just like a really wholesome place where like a lot of good people come through, and so that's like I was saying when I saw that just kind of like threw me off because like.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
You're still like in contact or whatever. With
Oh yeah,
people.
Mr. Perkins, dude.
Hey, shout out Mr. Perkins. Keep doing good
That's
shit, man.
awesome. Here I am going over to my Christian camp Geneva.
Yeah, I was gonna say, is it a religious? It wasn't a religious thing.
no. I went to the JCC summer camp like one summer, and so
Where's
that's the Jewish Community Center,
Okay,
and so like
Are
we
you
had
Jewish?
yes.
you didn't know.
Oh,
Talis
I
was
didn't know
Jewish?
that. No.
Hey, happy Hanukkah. Wanted to let you guys know. I think it's night 6 or 7. I'm pretty
You
sure
think?
it's night 6. I don't have a menorah at my personal
Yeah, what
house.
candle are we on?
I'm pretty sure we're on the first one on the left. You got to
Okay.
light them right to left.
Yeah.
And so I think we're on that first one right now. And I haven't gotten shit for presents from any of you. So like,
Wait, have you gotten shit from your parents yet?
well, I mean, they gave birth to me, and they put a house over my head, and they put
You didn't
clothes
have to be born, bro.
clothes on my back. Hey, but this is like stereotypical black Jew house.
You, Lenny Kravitz, like you all know what's going on.
100%. You know the struggle.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, so this wasn't an actual summer camp where you like went away to
No,
like a
yeah.
lake, like
Yeah,
like,
we went away.
like good times. You
No,
like
we went
there's
away.
like it was like a summer thing that you like a summer organization
Well, so
Like
like
some
city.
awesome dude like put on for like.
well, they had some like day shit going on for like a majority of the summer, but there was a trip built into that. Yeah. We went to Cedar Point. We spent the night at some hotel with just everybody. It was just like basic, like I don't know. It wasn't like you send your kids away to like cabins and stuff because I wasn't about that. But
I did
yeah, it was
that.
pretty cool stuff.
Yeah.
bro.
Yeah, I went to summer camp from like fourth grade up through middle school.
Was it Bible
sixth
camp?
grade. It was a Bible camp. It was a Christian camp,
Where?
Camp Geneva in Holland, Michigan.
Okay.
On Lake Michigan. So like there was like the little kid thing, and that was what I started with. You know, we had volleyball courts. We would have bonfires down on the beach. We were in a cabin. We had a freaking water park.
Oh wow.
This place was crazy.
At the camp?
Yeah, and then you go to the Pines, which was just up the road a little bit, and we had like a blob and zip lining.
The blob.
Oh my
I
gosh.
love the blobs.
Okay, now I think about it, I never was like, oh, my mom always said like be a camp counselor, and like I couldn't do that because like I'm not good with like teaching the Bible and stuff. So like don't ask me.
Right.
But being a camp counselor, so fun. We pulled so many pranks.
Wait, you were confident?
No, my counselor though, and like there was like a rivalry between like the girls and the guys. We would like saran wrap their cabins. We would steal their swimsuits. I remember we were up really well because like
a Bible camp.
you like leave your stuff like out to hang and dry, and they would come and steal your shoes and like stuff like that. And I remember we were up later than we were supposed to be, and all of a sudden my counselor is like, "Do you guys hear that?" And we we're like, "Wait, what?" And the guys were like stealing our stuff, and she literally like ran after someone and like tackled a child and was like, "Give me my flip-flops back."
Wait, what ages were you?
Like elementary through middle school.
That's how mine was
like
too.
eighth
Yeah.
grade. Like till
Yeah, eighth grade was like the cutoff, kind of. So they axe bombed us once,
What the fuck?
where you take like Axe deodorant and cologne and
Light
put
it on
duct
fire?
tape on it. No, put duct tape over it so it's constantly spraying, and would throw it through our doors and our windows.
Classic
They
middle school
would.
shit.
Someone
Yeah.
had a gorilla suit and dressed up as a gorilla and like banged on our windows.
This sounds
and
like
stuff.
the craziest summer camp ever.
It was really fun.
Honestly, it sounds kind of lit.
What was that one
It
that everyone went
was.
to? Spring Hill. Remember that?
Yes, Spring Hill was my other option. It was
never
either
went.
Geneva or Spring Hill. There's something else too where you could like ride horses somewhere.
I don't trust people
remember.
that ride horses.
So I went to
I
one
don't.
Cran Hill Ranch, something like that.
Cran Hill. It sounds
Yeah.
like where they make like
Candles.
No.
Oh.
You gonna say
Like
cranberry?
ocean spray cranberry juice. Remember those
Yeah.
commercials
Yeah.
where the guys are like in the ocean
In
of
the cranberry
cranberries?
field.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
So I went to one summer camp for one. It was like I think
you
it
did
was,
go.
I think it was like 2 weeks. Maybe it was a week. It was probably like a week. And I was in third grade, third grade. We'll say third grade. Or maybe second grade. And I went with like a church, like my church. And I don't know, dude. I hope my mom is listening.
Was
to
it
this,
anything
'cause
like-
she's gonna be like, "Oh my god, I forgot about that." I literally cried the entire time.
So
I
you-
cried my eyes out the entire Bible church camp. I was like, I miss my mom. Like, I don't want to be
I got
here.
homesick too.
I miss my brother. Like, I'm so like I like these kids are fine. Like, it's all cool. Like, I think I was in third grade. Like, these kids are all cool. Like, everything's fine. Like, these guys, like, I guess they're fine. But I don't know. Like, something I don't like something about this camp.
Was
Like,
it Jesus?
I don't maybe I don't know. But like I was like I miss my mom and I don't want to be here. And the thing about being like that age, like in third grade and like somewhere and like fuck, I don't know what cities are. I don't know what time. I don't know where the fuck I
place.
am.
Yeah.
I'm literally in the middle of the woods, like in the middle of nowhere, and there's no option for me to go home. And I'm
Yeah.
like, don't want to fucking be here. I cried the entire time.
My mom would always
Like a
leave
little
me.
bitch.
Like I would get really sad the first few nights, but I always knew my mom hid a letter in like a Webkins, like a little gift for me somewhere in my suitcase, and I was like, "Oh, it's gonna be fine." There was a time too before Camp Geneva. I went to Camp Awakaya, which was up north more, and it was like camp, like.
Intense.
Yeah, like you do like learning survival-y things, and it was like kind of God-based, but it was like there was a blob and there was zip lining, there was a rope course and
She's
like
God
water
is always
balloon part.
It's
He's
I can
always
deal with
there,
God if
but
the blob is there.
it was nice because my cousin happened to be my counselor, so I was like,
oh,
I'm just having a giant sleepover with my cousin. Like this
There you
is
go.
fun. So
God is here, by the
Well,
way.
yeah,
Hey, God is always here. Okay.
you're not wrong.
Okay, we're
Okay.
coming up. We're coming up
How-
on an hour and a half.
oh
Oh my God.
Dude, are we serious? Are you serious?
We're past it actually. Should we do one more art
Jesus
piece and then?
Christ.
just cut it
Yeah.
down. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm really excited about this next
wow.
art piece because I think I know that era, and I want to show off.
Yeah, I guess
Probably
let's
cheated.
show one more art piece, and then we'll have Tels and Jill kind of just like wrap us up.
Unless you want to keep talking, but
I mean, I no, I
we
mean,
can
I don't
cut.
want to go over an hour and a half. I think we.
It's a lot
I mean,
to
did
go
you
through.
get?
Yeah.
Did you
I
everything
feel-
out that you?
yeah.
Real quick before we like commence this next segment, I want to say we're going to have Jillian's boyfriend on the podcast eventually, sometime in the next few weeks, and he's also an extremely talented painter.
Far better than me. This
It's
kid's
not
crazy.
even you don't have to compare yourself to him. He's like
we do very different
so
things, but yeah.
far right.
Yeah.
Just like his professionalism is
He's
is
in Chicago
crazy.
right now doing 2 murals.
Yeah.
Shh, don't spoil.
wow.
Yeah.
I'm just giving you a little,
I'm excited for that.
he'll talk about him, but yeah.
Yeah. Cool guy. He does really good art. So just letting you know that we're gonna have him on as well. A couple, just a artsy power couple here.
We try.
So
Real quick,
Yeah, go
last art
ahead.
Real
piece.
quick.
This one's called Stroganoff, Madonna and Child. That
sounds
sounds like
delicious.
a food dish, stroganoff.
Everyone painted Madonna and Child.
Okay, so I'm
Let's
seeing a
see
lot
it.
of gold background,
So
very dark colors. I'm gonna
Gothic.
go gothic.
Gotta be
Let me see.
gothic.
what are the options?
Our options are Romanesque, Gothic, Renaissance, and Rococo.
let me see.
I'm going Gothic.
De Coco.
De Coco.
I think I'm gonna go Renaissance.
Dominic De Coco. Is that what?
Yeah, no,
Let me
yeah.
see.
I could be very wrong though. This could be any of those.
It's feeling really goth to me.
I'd either say goth or Romanesque.
Dude, they look nothing like The Cure.
Excuse me.
Music joke, sorry.
The Cure. My mom loves The Cure.
Every mom loves The Cure.
The 80s.
My mom
Okay.
went to a Cure concert and she's like, "It's too loud. Let's leave."
Okay, I'm gonna go. Should I click Gothic?
Gotta do it.
Ah, nice. It's
Well,
gothic.
Gothic?
It's Gothic.
Nice.
Nice.
That's
All right,
perfect way to end the show.
Yeah, I'm one in
On
4.
a sad note.
Okay, thanks everybody.
Tell us. Take it away.
Goodbye. Have a beautiful time.
I thought it. Okay.